Hey sewing friends! So I want to talk a little bit today about what I'm going to be sewing in the next couple of weeks. And I've hauled a bunch of stuff up from Stash and I've identified some patterns that I really want to sew. So let's dive right in. The first up is I want to make some pants, and I'm going to be making the PO pant from Ready to Sew. This is a French design company, and the PO pant, if you look, has this same sort of inset pocket that you're seeing in both sewing patterns. You've seen a lot of these in sewing patterns, and I'll identify several of them in a blog post coming up here, as well as in ready to wear. These pants are a dead ringer for a pair of J. Crew linen pants in olive green and pink that appeared last summer. So this is going to be the PO pant, and I have selected a baby whale corduroy, a kind of a lightweight corduroy, light to medium weight corduroy that I think will be perfect for this time of year. Now, because I like to make a muslin and I've never made this before, I'm making it in some random twill that's not stretchy. This one's slightly stretchy, and I'm making it in the random twill. I've chosen a 45 for the pattern, but I may make extra wide seam allowances on this one because this is stretch fabric and I won't need as much room. But I want to test out the 45 in a non-stretch fabric because that's the one I have. It's something somebody gave me. I have no idea what the content is. I'm just going to sew them up and see what happens. Now, the thing I like about the PO is it has, of course, those really nice deep inset pockets, and they are slightly curved, as you can see in the model in the tan ones right here. They also have large back pockets. You can kind of see the model's hand is sort of in the back pocket of her fellow model there. So they have large back pockets. Of course, they have an elastic waist. They're a slightly cropped ankle, and you can roll them up. So I think this will be a great pattern in my wardrobe. It'll look great with sweaters and hoodies and things like that. It's part of my Hockey Mom Cozy capsule, and I'm looking forward to making those. These will probably be first up. I have already taped up the pattern. I printed it out on my computer and I taped it up yesterday, so it's all ready to go. Now, keeping in line with pants, I've decided to sew the wide leg Hot Patterns Fast and Fabulous Princess Seamed track pants. Now, as you can see, these are a flared track pant. They have a traditional elastic waist with some side seam pockets and also some back pockets. And they have the nice seams in the front and back, plus they're a wider leg. So I'm going for the wide leg trend with these ones here because I think these are going to be really nice for this year. Now, of course, going with my cream and black and whatever theme that I seem to be going with this winter for some inexplicable reason, I have some nice 1x1 rib, really narrow rib, from my local fabric store in like a creamy or off-white color. That probably will end up being these pants. But I also might make them in a, let's see, they recommend a French Terrier sweatshirting. I might also make these in like a dark gray French Terrier as well. So that's a potential option as well for these particular pants. So again, track pants, looking to make that. And you notice they show it with like a casual soft blazer. That is the, I think the Metropolitan Chimera jacket, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a great pattern too, also in a knit. So that would be a lot of fun too. You can see that, that's a good look. So that's going to be up as well for pants. Now, I had printed at PDF Plotting some patterns, which is the reason why I'm choosing the next one, because I already paid PDF Plotting to do it, and they're already ready to go and cut out, so I might as well do it. So this is the Superstar dress and top from Hot Patterns, and I'm going to be making the top version with the long dolman sleeves there. And I have selected this knit, which has been aging in my stash for a couple of years from my local fabric store. It's a sweatshirting knit. Wouldn't this be fun for a casual Valentine's Day? I think so. So that's going to be that. Oh, look, a couple of invoice copies from my business appeared into my, put out those over there. My last piece that I'm looking to sew here fairly soon, and again, I'm doing this for a very specific reason, and all of you who have surgeons are going to laugh when I tell you this. I'm making this dress. This is the Nexus t-shirt dress. It's an all Hot Patterns day. I don't know why. I saw this in a ribbed knit at Ron John Surf Shop last November, a year ago November. So not the 2021, but not 2022, but 2021. And I've wanted to make that since then. Only theirs was a true wrap dress, and this one is actually a faux wrap. So it's actually stitched down, and then it's got this wrap on the side, and I'll be making the long sleeve version, the midi length version, and probably wearing it with some tall flat boots. So that, and I'm making it in cream. And why am I making all of these cream garments right now? Because I have cream thread in my serger. How many of you do that? You don't want to change the thread in your serger, so you sew everything in that same color for like a month until you're done with sewing that color, and then you switch it out. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So cream thread, I'll also be able to keep the same cream thread in my sewing machine apparently with all of these cream colored projects. And yes, you can wear cream and white in the winter. You absolutely can. We've had the weirdest winter. It's not snowy. It's just kind of cold and gray. It's been alternating wet and dry, but not really cold, not really snowy. So I figure, hey, might as well wear some cream colored in the winter to kind of brighten things up a little bit. So that's my haul it up from stash, what I'm sewing probably this next 4 weeks, I think, because there are 4 projects here. I should be able to get through the pants pretty quickly because they're pretty easy and it's a particular style of pant that I've made a lot. In my blog post coming up, I will share several other pant patterns that have that same pocket. I'll tell them to you now though, just as a sneak peek. One of them's from Closet Core and one of them's from Christine Johnson. So go check out my blog post at paradise-graphic.com where you can Google Sew Paradise and it should come up. And you will get all the deets on those particular patterns. One's a knit, one's a woven. All are my favorites. I love that particular style of pant and that particular pocket. Now, I have a couple of other UFOs I'm going to be sewing and a little bit of an update on spring break sewing. For those of you that are doing spring break sewing, we are on the cusp of making a reservation to do a warm, beachy spring break. And we have 2 locations, Key West and Montego Bay, Jamaica. And as you know, it's an arm and a leg to fly anywhere right now. So we are flying out of Toronto. So secret hack, go drive yourself to Toronto if you are within 4 or 5 hours of Toronto. Just get yourself to Toronto. The flights are way cheaper. I mean, like a quarter of the price. We also have a zillion Hilton points, I think actually 1,000,004, because we do a lot of hockey travel and a lot of business travel. So we got a whole bunch of Hilton points, so we are cashing them in, and we are going to be staying using our Hilton points and doing one of those 2 locations. So either way, it's going to involve bathing suits, and we'll talk a little bit about those next time.